Of these old Nokia batteries, a BL5CA. As decided it's had enough of life, he's going to just swell up and explode. So of course, in my infinite wisdom, and this is a 700 mAh battery, nominal 3.7 volts, so 2.6 watt hours. And in my infinite wisdom, I've decided I'm going to try to assist him by cutting this thing open. It may not have been the smartest idea. I've been known to have these great ideas. So I am going to measure the voltage first. I suspect it's going to be very close to zero. Voltage is not even showing up. Wow, this meter is not even showing up very well. But anyway, notwithstanding, I'm going to measure the voltage and stick that in on there. Then put some gloves on. Obviously, that might be a good idea. Try to get my oldest cutter because it's probably going to be corrosive fluid, and probably get something to out in case it does catches a fire, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, safety glasses, gloves, things to out fire. Stupid idea. Sounds like a good combination. Manage to stick that in. This is the oldest cutter I have, so we're trying to go with that. Rip the top out, and as you can see, one lead there, another lead here, and those two come up to there, and there's some circuitry in there which we will open. You can barely see that. We'll open and put under the microscope and see what they had in there, see what kind of chips they use. Right, so yeah, one lead, another lead. I think that was the negative, and these are some kind of silicone based tabs that came up in these two positions here. So yeah, that's what we have. There's a middle one too. Look at that. Oh yeah, there is. Look at that. There's a middle tab too. So there's three silicone little tabs coming up. That's basically, I guess, holding that in place. Right, so let's start cutting that open. This thing has an actual aluminum case, and there's a number there, 06JDL, sort of imprinted there. So yeah, let's continue. Either top or bottom, pick a side and just punch right in. The base of this thing is fake. It's a piece of plastic that was stuck on with some what appears to be silicone just on the bottom to make it look complete. It's actually a full aluminum container. So yeah, we're going through the top then. I was wondering how they managed to get this thing to stay and not actually short out. This is 5 points there, resistance welded. This is apparently negative. I think it's a negative. Let's just have a quick look on that. Shit, I ripped off the paper. I'm gonna have to find the paper to figure it out. But I think this is the negative, this is the positive, and I was wondering how come it wasn't touching. But they have an insulator, and there's a little tab here, and that tab is actually raised and insulated from the body. So the whole body is one, and that's the second one. And I would suspect it's negative. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it in some text. So let's get on with it. Let's rip. Some way we're gonna have to rip this open, punch it, rip it, cut the side, do something. Punch a hole on the top. It might have swell a bit more from me compressing it. It is smelling interesting, but fortunately I am upwind. This place is extremely windy, as you probably hear in the audio, so yeah, theoretically it's not going to cause any serious injury. We'll see. Right, so progress is being made slowly. I am being a little bit more cautious. We kind of seeing some structures in there. I'm probably going to still have to rip this though. Yeah, clearly that's the positive there, and I guess the entire case was the negative. So yeah, let me start cutting. I'll probably have to cut down one side. I'll probably just try to put everything out onto the piece of paper. Maybe I should get something with plastic just to sort of protect the very beautiful table I have. I have a layered mess. I'm going to take a little nipples there and get into it. Hopefully these things don't start to rust badly after I've done that. But half of the stuff is crappy stuff anyway. So let me cut down one side, I think, and just get in and see. But definitely, clearly a layered thing, and it looks like it's rolled around. So we are in. Of course, it's smelling great again. Right, that's how they did it. The tape is around and I rolled it up. There's a contact here, and there's one stuck in the middle. Let's unroll it and let's have an idea of the length. Now the length of this battery and the width gives us pretty much the dimensions of its completed. What we don't know is how many layers yet and what length of material they used. Just curiosity, because given that we can work out the square area and then we can work that back to um, our watt hours that had on the battery, and that gives us an idea of the energy density that this thing had. Well, it's smelling terrible. As you can see, that's the start. That's where the negative was. This is all the layers coming in. 1 foot 7 inches. And we measure that within the that dimensions of another battery I have similar to this, same Nokia type thing. But notwithstanding, I mean, at the end of the day, length is what's important here, and we will have that height. So I'm gonna just try to separate this out and see what else, how much other layers does. This doesn't seem to have material on it, so we could probably take that off of it and say 1 foot 5 inches, right? 17 inches, thereabouts. This is a mess. This is breezy. There's a foil layer on this side, and there's a plastic. When we start unraveling this, there's a plastic on one side with some sort of material, some sort of, let's use the word electrolyte, more like a piece actually, and that's wrapped around. There's copper base foil in the center, which is not corroded, so that's interesting. It doesn't get corroded in the process at all. And there's something on this side, something on that side. They look almost the same. That is actually, that started off as black and it's now really changing color quite quickly. I'll take a shot of that, but that's changing color quite quickly. That started off as pure black when I now open this. So yeah, that's this side, that side, and let me see where the next contact. And there's another material on this side. So this seems to be a permeable membrane with material on one side and material on this side with the copper base on this side. Yep, that's probably what it is. This and that are both permeable membranes, so it's a layer of basically one, that and the foil, and when they wrap together, what ends up happening is you end up with both sides contacting. That makes sense. So I'm going to pull this out, probably going to rinse off this material and see how long this copper survives. I doubt I can measure this thickness at this now. This is thinner than aluminum foil. This may be in the order of about 2 or 3 tau thickness. I can't really get a good feel with gloves on. I'm probably not smart to do this without gloves, but at best 6 tau, but I am guessing 2-3 tau thickness. So yeah, let me strip it all out, see if there's anything else more interesting. If it isn't, dump it. Probably just hold on to the, actually it's not a good idea to hold on to this copper. I have copper teeth, just get rid of it. Nothing. This, as you can see, is changing color. This layer isn't. So yeah, definitely, and we didn't expect them to be the same thing anyway. So time to dump everything. Here's some quick shots of the little mini board, and the quality isn't the greatest. As you can see, it looks hand soldered. The quality of the screen print isn't great, and I can't find any information on either chip. Not that I really thought I could find something that just said NM4, but yeah, clearly battery management, but yeah, nothing too great I suspect, but yeah, no information is available.